Good morning everyone and welcome to Let's Shop Cake Live. My name is Tracy Mann from Tracy Mann Cakes and this is my cake shopping channel. So if you're watching this, it will be on our Facebook page, which is Let's Shop Cake Live, or you will be seeing it on YouTube after the event itself. So if you do want to watch it live in future, you need to go to the Facebook page letsshopcakelive.co.uk, and we are a cake shopping channel, which basically means we're here to show you lots of products, lots of new products, lots of products I've designed myself to show you how to use them and what to do with them. So I'm never alone. I have got my daughter Kelly with me here on comments. Say good morning, Kelly.
Morning.
And Kelly's going to be coming on shortly to talk about her new course, which is going to be happening on Monday. So we'll get Kelly on shortly. Yeah, you need to glamorise yourself.
The pseudo-creme off my face.
Sort yourself out, Kelly. So yeah, Kelly will be on shortly to talk about her new course. But while everyone is getting in and sorting out and tuning in, I'd just like to go through a few things with Let's Shop. If you can like and share our post, that would be great. Like it to friends and family, that would be lovely. If you'd like the opportunity to win a £20 online cake painting voucher, all you need to do is place an order between Saturday and Sunday. And you never know, when you open your parcel, there may well be a voucher in there. So that's what how to win your voucher. So if you see something you like while we're doing the show, and then you see something else later on and you place two orders, we will combine the postage so that you only ever only ever pay for postage on one item or one order. That does not apply to the cake school because obviously we're not posting anything from the cake school, so you would need to place two physical orders through Let's Shop Cake Live. So thank you very much for everyone who tunes in every week. It's horrible out there today, so we're very happy to be indoors, very happy to be showing you loads of new things today. We've been hard at work all week and we've now got lots and lots of things for you to see. Next week we're launching another set of cookie cutters, brand new ones, so we will be going through that as well. So there's lots to come this morning, so lots to get on with.
Even I didn't know we were
No, well, I told you there were some new ones coming. I don't think you were listening to me, Kelly. That's what's happening. Right, while Kelly just gathers her thoughts and we get ourselves all organised, we're going to be starting with painting this morning as usual. Then we're going to be moving on to some new chocolate moulds. We've got a heavy focus on some items for men's cakes or Father's Day this week. So there's lots and lots of items there that you can use to put onto cakes for men. It's a tricky subject sometimes to do, but I've been spending a lot of time this week looking around for things, inventing a few bits and pieces on the way, and I think I've got that covered. So if anybody is looking for cake items for men, then this is the episode for you. We're going to be able to solve that problem for you. Now, some things are limited availability. If I say they're limited availability and they've sold out, we will do our best to get the products back in again, but we're finding that the suppliers, it's very up and down at the moment. Some suppliers, the stuff comes really quickly. Some of them we get notification that can be a sizable delay, and that is something that perhaps we're not used to, but we are getting through it. Things are starting to improve, but lots of things are being held up at customs and all sorts of bits and pieces, but we're getting through it. We're working our way around it, so hopefully it should be all fine. So there we go. Yeah, there's more chocolate moulds. Who said no, Tracy? I'm not buying it.
Margaret.
Okay,
She bought quite a few last time, I think.
Okay, Margaret, you've had it. There's new chocolate moulds this morning. There's also new cake toppers as well. Somebody on here requested about 3 weeks ago some dinosaur ones, so we've got those coming up as well. We listen to you, so if you have anything that you're particularly looking for, then tell us, because we will go out and we will try and find it for you. So I've invented some new dinosaur cake toppers for you today as well, so you'll get to see those later on. But the focus today, is very much on the Father's Day side, men's cakes, so hopefully we'll be able to go through all of that shortly. Now I'm going to talk you through the beginner's cocoa butter cake painting kit, so if anyone has tuned in before, or not before I should say, if you are new, please tell me if you're new. This is our cocoa butter cake painting kit. It's a brilliant kit to get started because I teach online cake painting. Now I'm going to just change the link there to Tracy Mann Cake School. So if you want to buy any classes connected with anything online that I teach, you will need to go to a different website. So Kelly's just put that up there. Oh no, you put the kit up, that's fine.
Just put the,
So the kit comes out of, you'll buy that through Let's Shop Cake Live, but the courses, the online courses, are only available through the Tracy Mann Cake School because we have two separate companies. So you would need to go there to purchase any classes, or to the Let's Shop Cake Live for the, actually it is on there at the minute, isn't it?
It's not.
Oh, it's on the Tracy Mann Cakes.
Though.
She's put a link. Follow the link,
The
everyone.
first link is the cocoa butter painting.
She's very good, you know. She's listening. 9 times out of 10, I turn around. You've already done it, haven't you? It's because my feed doesn't come up as fast. You see, that's what it is. Let's have a look at the cocoa butter cake painting kit. So this is our go-to kit. We have sold loads and loads of these. They've been very, very popular, and it's a really good starting point for anyone who wants to get into cake painting. So let me show you what's inside the box. I have shown this on several weeks running, but I like to show it every so often just so that if we can have a little refresher here. So one of the things you're going to need is a metal paint palette. You're going to need 4 brushes, except there's only 3 in here, so there's one missing. We need to find it. And that is paintbrush 0, 1, 2 and 3. So how that works is basically as you're painting and you're following online, don't worry Kelly, it's not a problem, they're over there but it's fine. So there's 4 paintbrushes, not 3. As you're following online, I'm then able to say to you, and now use paintbrush 0, now use paintbrush number 1, and these are the kind of things. So it helps you to follow my tutorials and get the right brushes as you go along, and it is much easier to do than that. We also have a metal paint palette. Now that will become apparent what that's for when I show you a demonstration on some painting later on in the show. We also have the cocoa butter itself, which looks like this. So this is 100 grams of cocoa butter, and it's going to go a very long way. Has a very long shelf life on it to 2023. So it's a very long shelf life, and it will take you a long time to get through this packet. So you won't need too many packets. So there's something there. And then in here we have got, I'll turn these over because you can see them better if I turn them that way around. We've got 4 dusts here: white, black, spring green and pink. Dusky pink. And then we have red, cream, primrose, petal blue, egg yellow, brown and woodland green. So there's a big range of colours in there, and this kit exactly matches my beginner's cocoa butter course, which is this one here. Now this one's made up of 4 projects, and if the kit exactly matches the course. So once you've bought the kit and then you bought the course, you will literally open the box and off you go. It's lovely and straightforward, and that is a really nice way of getting started with this, because sometimes if you just learn the basics, then you know what you're doing from that point onwards. So there you go. That's the beginner's cocoa butter cake painting kit, and then there's also a course to go with it. Let me come back on screen. So it's somebody's birthday today.
Yeah, it's Sylvia's birthday.
Happy birthday, Sylvia. I saw that coming up. Hope you have a lovely day. Hope you're not in the rain somewhere. That would be the one thing you want to avoid, isn't it? So have a nice day, Sylvia. I'm sure you're doing something lovely. I would sing, but Facebook will take me down. Oh, Kelly will start now. Oh, Kelly, no. Right, okay, so now where did I get to? I've lost track of what I was doing now. Okay, so we've done the cocoa butter cake painting kit. So if you are thinking you would like to have a go at cocoa butter painting, get yourself a kit, and then you're going to be up and running from the word go. And just start very carefully at the beginning. And we have loads of courses that are literally £5. There is a new course that we put up for £5 today. When I say new, we've had it before, but the unicorn class is now up for £5. It's 50% off. So if you want to join that class, Kelly will put a link up for you in a minute, but it is at the tracymanncakeschool.co.uk, and that is just £5. So if you're thinking, oh, cocoa butter painting, what's this all about? Do I really want to do this? Then the answer to that is just get yourself a kit and then have a go. Just do a little project. It doesn't have to be the most complicated project, but we have floral heart, unicorn and panda are all on £5 at the moment. So if you want to have a go at it, then it's a really good place to start without heavily investing in some of the courses. But even the beginner's course isn't particularly expensive. It's £35 and you get 4 projects on that one. So that's quite a good feed-in one anyway. So there you go. So that one's on offer today. Let me go back to here. Here I am. And also with all the courses as well, some of the bigger courses like the flowers, the royal icing and wildlife, animals, all those types of painting, and I say royal icing is different. You can also pay by instalments. So there is a way of paying if you want to pay for a block of classes together over 2 and 3 month period. And all you need to do that is just get in contact with me via my Facebook page or via this page, it doesn't matter, and we will sort that out for you. And you can pay interest free over 2 and 3 month periods. We send you an invoice, we give you access to the class, and then you need to pay after that. So it's very straightforward, nothing too complicated. What it does do, it just gives you access straight away, because sometimes paying for a big course in one go can be expensive. I totally get that. So I'm trying to make it a little bit easier for you by arranging these payments for you. So if you want to get something like the floral painting class, beginners floral painting, which is on offer at the moment, there is a way of doing that. We only do the instalment payments on the bigger courses, so we don't do instalment payments on beginners painting course because it's £35. It tends to be courses over £70, so that's royal icing, floral painting, all sorts of bits and pieces like that, so that kind of thing. Now the other thing you need to look at with the cake school this morning, which we have an offer on as well, is handbags. And you're going to go, handbags, what's she on about now? So we have a handbag painting course, but what I've done this week, we have an offer on this week for buying a separate handbag course. So in other words, you can buy one handbag course which will include a kit that we can send to you and your lesson for £27.99. So you're going to get an £8.50 kit, which is the carry kit from Dawn Butler, that you can carry your handbag with full instructions, full video instructions on how to make it. And then how to paint it. It's a double whammy, this one. Now there's 5 classes available. So there's peony, anemone, red and white flowers, magnolia,
and my favourite one, tropical leaf.
And tropical leaf. So let me just explain that again. We have a handbag course which is all 6 together. We've separated 5 of them and we have put them as an offer this weekend. So these are bags that you can carry, so you can make a cake and carry it. So we're going to be including the instructions on how to cover your cake and build it, and then you will get instructions on how to paint the specific flower that you signed up for. So for example, if you go on to the Cake School site and you want to sign up for peony and magnolia, we will send you 2 kits and you will get 2 lots of access to those classes. You'll get the magnolia class and you'll get the peony class, and then you can follow it from there. So what I've done is I've broken the course up. Instead of having it as a 6, you can have it as a 6, so that you can get the offer of having the handbag kits as well. It's a brilliant offer because actually by the time you've got your handbag kit, you're paying roughly about £17-18 for your course. So it's a really, really good offer. So anyone who's already started floral painting, or anyone who's been looking at the handbags and thinking, oh, I'd quite like to have a go at that, but I'm not too sure, then go and have a look, because it is really, really good. We will send a bag to Australia, but you will need to pay a little bit extra postage for that. But yes, we will, and we will track it as well. Anything that's going abroad at the moment, we are tracking, purely because we've had so many things held up in customs, and oh my goodness me, it's nice to know where the stuff is, so we keep a little track on it. But yes, if you want to do that, that's fine, just let me know. So go and have a look at the Cake School. There are so many bags, there's about 5 bags to choose from. They are all lovely, and it includes a kit for you to be able to do your bag. So they're brilliant, these things. You can actually pick them up. I love them. But I will put some more pictures up next week. So the offer's going to be on just for a little while, and then have a little look and see what you think. But what I'll try and do is I'll put some more pictures up next week as we go along. Yes, Kelly, she puts her hand up. It's like being at school.
Well, I'm like trying to like get in. I've been trying to get in for a while.
Okay.
Someone said to do with cocoa butter painting, will they be able to use super white in cocoa butter painting because of the titanium dioxide alert? Is that true?
I think it's still fine at the moment. I know there's been some sort of titanium dioxide alert, but there's nothing official yet. So at the moment, white is titanium dioxide, so you should be fine. So yeah, I don't think there's any issue at the moment. We've not been told there's any issue with it, so we'll keep using it until there is. That's it. So yeah, going back to the classes, we have got a class coming up on Monday, by Miss Kelly herself.
Right.
She's going to be doing colour theory. I keep calling it therapy, but it's definitely theory. So Kelly's going to come on in a second and she's going to just talk you through what's going to be happening on Monday. So it's literally Monday night. The cost of the ticket's very cheap. It's £7.50 and all the money is going to be going to Kelly. So when she goes off on her travels and leaves me, then you'll go. I'm not saying anymore. Right, come on then. You come and talk to everybody about your course.
Is the cream off my chin?
Yes, you're fine. Right, so Kelly's going to tell you now all about her course on
Hello.
Monday.
Which one am I looking at? This one?
That one, yeah.
Hi, so my course is on Monday at 6:30 till 8, yeah. And I'm going to be teaching you colour theory, how to understand the colour wheel, mixing colours, doing shades, lights, just talking mainly, well, the whole thing's about colour. Using it with cocoa butter dust, like how to brighten them, because quite a lot of them are a bit muddy. Like grape violet, I always use this one as an example, is grape violet and dusky pink. Mixing those together made it much brighter. Also using it for like sugar pastes, even like just normal straight up painting, but also it's for like planning cakes as well. Mum said that it was quite, when I've been like helping Mum and everything, that it's been quite useful for when she plans cakes.
You're never too old to learn colour theory.
Never too old to learn colour theory. And also we have had one lady, I can't remember who it was, ask if we could talk about colours from Harry Potter. So if you do have anything specific you want to know about colour, just drop us an email or put it on the Facebook page, and I'll see what I can do. And if it doesn't go into the live, I'll do it separately on the Facebook page. I'll just like write down what you need to do.
So it's basically access to colour, isn't it?
It's just basically, if you don't know what to do, just put it in the Facebook page. I'll tell you what to do.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Isn't
See
she-
you Monday.
Isn't she lovely? So Kelly's class is coming up on Monday. It starts at 6:30 and it finishes at 8 o'clock. She will be live. I will be with her doing comments and poking.
We're doing a switcheroo.
We're doing it, yeah. Kelly will be in charge. So what she's going to do, and somebody's been in contact already, asking about Harry Potter colours. Is there a colour you're struggling with? Somebody asked about Cadbury's purple as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So are there colours you're struggling to mix? If there are colours you're struggling to mix, then this is the class for you, because it's going to point you in the direction. So not only is Kelly going to go through the colour wheel with you, but she's also going to talk about how to blend your colours, all the saturations, but also how to achieve other colours. So if you're, yes, Kelly, she's got a hand up again. You stop doing that.
And there's also sheets available that you can like download, and you can print them off, and you can like
you can do your own. So
yes.
what Kelly's done is are you telling what you've done?
I've done a full colour wheel showing you how you like construct the colour wheel, but I've also done an empty one. So if you want to paint and make your own colour wheel, or if you want to like mix sugar paste, you can just like put them in the wheel. I've also done the same with like making saturations, like that's like making colours brighter and then doing it when the colours are darker, and also like adding greater colours. So there's like a guide up at the top done with like one colour, and then you can just do it with a different colour or whatever you find useful to do.
Aren't you lovely? I'm going to keep you a bit
I think
longer.
so. I think that's all. Yeah, so if you just have any questions with colour, if I don't include it in the live, just put a message on the Facebook page and I can help you.
There you go. So not only have you got the live on Monday, and if you can't make it Monday as well, you can watch it after the event. So if you're with us live on Monday, then that's great, because you can ask your questions as you go along. But if you have watched it at a later date because you can't make it that night, then you can go back and ask Kelly questions, and she'll jump on the Facebook page and help you. And she's so good. It's unbelievable. Honestly, I know. That gift I've given you, Kelly.
I know. Very lucky.
Yeah, she's very good. Literally look at something and that's it. So yeah, very good. If this is an opportunity for you to work out how to build your cakes and make them in lovely colour schemes, red and pink, an amazing colour combination. Who on earth would have thought that would look good together? But it does. It looks amazing. So if you want to spend some time learning about colour with Kelly, this is a class where you can sit and watch and then download your sheets afterwards, which we'll put onto the Facebook page after the event, and then you can sit and paint and practice and do all the things yourself. So there's lots to learn and lots to do on that one there. Okay, now the other thing this week, I did a Facebook Live. It's taken me ages. Doing a Facebook Live on Thursday this week, and I did this pattern here, and I'm going to show this on screen like so. So just to tell everyone, every week now, let me go on to Let's Shop. I am uploading 2 to 3 videos a week on my YouTube channel. So you can go on there and you can, if you've missed my video, this was Thursday's video on how to paint this, then you will be able to go onto YouTube and watch the video back, because I obviously understand now people are going back to work, and if you're not around in the day, it seems such a shame to miss out. So I'm now putting these videos onto onto YouTube, so you can go back and watch them. Now this one here I painted on Thursday, and it had a brilliant technique with it, so if you missed it, go and watch it, because it's really different from anything else that I've done before. There's some really good tips in here. This is made by this cutter here. This is patchwork cutter called Wild Rose. Now we had a massive run on patchwork cutters because obviously I did a huge number of lives on them showing everybody how to use them. So Wild Rose is now back in stock. Now that's the Wild Rose there, and then the other one that I used on here was called Blossom Leaf, which is this one here, and that's that pattern there with these little pieces here that are around the back there. So both of these are now in stock to do this project. The only other thing you'll need with this will be white. So you'll need this one here, and then this one here is Cerulean Blue, which is an edible art colour, which we do have on the website. So you will be able to find Cerulean Blue, Snowflake, and then the paintbrush I used was, I believe, she says, trying to remember, 00 on the basis. There we go. So I used a 00 brush for this. Now we have the paintbrushes individually, or you can buy them as a set. So you can either buy 5 paintbrushes together, or you can buy one paintbrush on its own. So if you don't have this one, if you would have bought the beginner's cocoa butter painting kit, then you probably won't have the 00 because we don't include it in the kit. So if you, but having said that, what people tend to do is they top it up. So lots of people who've already had the kit have then gone on and bought the set of 5 paintbrushes and done that. So this is a really nice little brush, this one. It's tiny and it's perfect for doing something like this. So all we did with this was outline it, but there is a cracking technique with this, and you need
developed by yours truly
developed
over here.
Well, I don't know if you should take all the glory for that, because I actually worked out how to stop it. Yeah, see, hold on a minute. You, Madam Kelly, you worked out to do this, and then I worked out how to stop the it going down those grooves. Do you remember?
I said it lighter,
Yeah, okay, she's off. Okay, I'll just to let Kelly take over the whole thing. I think we might get somewhere there. Okay, so all the videos now are going up onto YouTube every week. So I've had loads of people where I've done lives and they've gone, oh, you know, the one you did that number of weeks ago, go and have a look on YouTube. Yes, the answer to that question that's just come up is Cerulean Blue, same as or equivalent of ocean blue. It's very similar. Yeah, it's very similar. So if you've got ocean blue, that's fine. Even navy blue is quite nice for this project. It's a little bit on the dark side.
You could also use red. Straight up red, because that's quite common as well.
What?
Red for that.
Oh, you want to do red flowers?
Yeah, it's quite common to do either blue painting. I know blue painting is more common, but people also use red.
There you go. So red. What I would avoid is probably black, I think, to start with, because I think black is quite a difficult one. It can be quite because it's a very harsh colour. If you make a mistake, it's going to really stand out, whereas the blue is a bit softer, and the red, then it won't stand out quite so much. So is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So that's something to do with the cake painting as well. And this I did on a nice little 6-inch round drum. You could do it all the way around a cake board. I did talk about that as well on the live. So if you wanted to sort of print this all the way around a cake board and then put a cake on top, lovely, you could do that as well. Do it all in advance, but you do need to do it with soft sugar paste. Very important. Go back and watch the YouTube video. It's there now. So go and sign up and subscribe, and you'll see loads of videos coming up every single week. Right, okay, so let's get on to all the new stuff we've invented this week. When I say we, I mean me. Kelly's checking out her links. Right, okay.
I'm checking out the links, but I'm also checking out my Facebook page.
Oh, she's on the colour theory page.
Yeah, just the sheets aren't yet on there.
Sheets aren't on there yet. I've not put them on there yet. No, they will be going on Monday, so that they're ready for the lesson if you want to follow along. I would suggest you watched it, and then if you want to do it at a later date, then you can go back and follow it. But that's what I would suggest you do with this. So that's, yeah, the sheets aren't on there yet. Don't look for something that's not there yet, because I haven't done it. They're ready, but I haven't done it. Let's have a look at some new products this week that we've got coming out. So we're going to focus on the moulds. We'll do those first, then we'll do the cake toppers. So, but we have got one very random thing that I ordered, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to have a look at this because I like the idea of this. These have just come out. Look at this. How cool is this? These are called Masonite cake boards, and I thought, well, I don't know about this, so I'm going to order some anyway and see what they're like. So we've got these today. Now we've got a really limited amount of stock of these because I didn't order that many because I wanted to see what the quality was like. But they're pretty good actually. I'm quite impressed.
Are they cardboard? Yeah.
They're quite hard. You hear how... Anyway, these are £2. So if you are interested in one of these, you're going to need to be super quick. I'm going to order some more because, again, this was a test run to see what I thought of them. So if they sell out really quickly, I will try and get some more in as soon as possible. But I think the idea with them is that you're meant to be able to reuse them. So if you cut them really carefully, then you can reuse them. It's getting them back off the customer, isn't it, really? But this is the marble one, and I just bought that one because I thought it was quite cool, and I might use it on a live this week. We'll see how we go.
Like, I know you like decorated boards and everything, but if you don't like decorating your boards...
Yeah. If you don't want to put sugar paste on your cake board,
nice for a cheese board.
It'd be nice for a cheese board. They're really quite strong, actually. I mean, if you look at it like that, they're really, I think they take a fair amount of weight, actually. These are 10-inch rounds. They do 12 inches, but I've only ordered 10s at the moment because, I just wanted to look at the quality of them. There's no point in me ordering hundreds of these and then not liking them. So these have just come out today. So they're on Let's Shop Cake Live, but very, very limited. If you get there and find they've sold out really quickly, I'll try and order some more. But they're nice. You can hear how hard they are. I think they're good.
I think so.
I think they'll take quite a lot of weight, actually, as well. I think they're a little bit better than a
They're
double.
very classy.
They're classy, Kelly.
Yeah, they look quite classy.
Anyway, there you go. So they're new this morning. So I'll put that down there so we don't
And
lose
if
it.
anyone ever wants a marble cake, you don't have to make marble sugar paste. Then you know when you like have to marble your sugar paste.
Yeah, exactly. It's all done
It's
for
done
you.
for you.
I know. The other thing we have put onto Let's Shop this morning is Kelly's cookie recipe card. So we've had loads and loads of people asking us for this cookie recipe. It does cost us to print these, so we've now put them up as something you can buy. So we put them up for £2. That literally is how much it costs for us to print them. So it does cost us quite a lot of money. So if you have been looking for a cookie recipe, this is it. This is a laminated card. It's a really nice card that you can have out while you're making your cookies, and then if it gets in a mess you can just wipe it clean and then put it down to one side. But we've included it in various kits going forward, but at the moment we haven't had it on its own, so we've now put it on its own because lots of people are asking about it, and it seems unfair to just give it away when we are printing these at a cost. So we're giving them away, or we're selling them now near enough at cost. But if you want the cookie recipe card, that's now available on Let's Shop. It's there somewhere.
Someone asks, can you wash those marble?
I believe you can. I wouldn't put them in the dishwasher because they've got paper on the back, but I would imagine that you could wipe them over with a sponge or something. So I think that you've got to treat them with the same kind of level of respect as you would do a normal cake board, because you wouldn't plunge that into water. So if you just wipe them clean, I think the idea is you can use them maybe 2 or 3 times from what I'm reading up about it. So yeah, it's just something new and something different. So yeah, the cookie recipe card is now available for anybody who wants to have it. So that's there for everybody, because I know lots of people have been asking about it because I am obsessed with cookies, as we all know, and there'll be more of those coming out next week. I've got some new ones coming out, and we had a huge run on the cupcake cookie cutter that we have, but we'll come to that later on because we're going to do the moulds first. So I said to you this week that I was looking at, I thought you were going to say something. No? Okay.
I'm just looking at you.
Looking at me.
What's next? Who knows?
Who knows? Woo! Okay, so we've had a huge... I said to you this week we were going to look at men's cakes, particularly for Father's Day and things. So I've got a few moulds in, as ever, and also a few other bits and pieces as well. I'm just gathering them because they're sort of over here underneath everything. I've managed to bury them under the patchwork cutters. So let's just move these out of the way. So I've got some quite fun ones in, actually. I'm very pleased with these. So we have got... Let's start with the one that we had last week before we get on to the new one. So we had the garden tools. Now, if anybody watches me on Sugar and Crumbs on Tuesday night, there's the cake. I made this one this week. So I made the little tools at the bottom. I made with our new mould called Garden Tools. You can see in there, and I did paint it up onto... YouTubes. Let's put up onto YouTube. So I've painted them with cocoa butter. So if you want to watch the entire video, again, you would need to go to the YouTube channel to tune in and see how it was all done. But the garden tool mould is back in stock again. We seem to be having a bit of a run on anything connected with kind of Father's Day things at the moment. So if you are interested in this one, I wouldn't leave it too long. Again, these moulds come from abroad. Size wise, let me show you what they look like. So this is them here. So they're a really nice selection of bit of equipment. Here's a little spade, and what do we say they were? Hedge cutters, didn't we, Kelly? Yeah. And that was secateurs. Yeah. What was that one? Oh, that's the branch cutter, I think. There's a lot of tree cutting going on with this one.
Could be for a tree surgeon.
Could be for a tree surgeon.
That's a very niche concept, but could be.
I need to rename this for tree surgeons, I think. Anyway, there we go. So there's the little saw as well. So they're really sweet. They're really nice size, these, but they're too big for cupcakes. I think they're a little bit on the big side for cupcakes. Let me get one and see. I think they could well be. Yeah, they're a little bit, I don't know, they're okay. At a push, you might be able to get away with it, but they are quite big for cupcakes.
Maybe for muffins.
These are the Kelly. These are the muffins.
Oh.
So I think if you wanted to do them, they need to be on a cake, very much similar to what I did on Sugar and Crumbs. So you need to put them on the side of a cake like that. And again, you can paint them all up and come across like that.
Sorry, someone said a sound lost, and I was just checking.
Okay, that's fine. She's just checking I'm still here. So the garden tool mould looks like this. So it's a plastic mould. Let me go that way. It's a plastic mould. There we go, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items on there. So that one is on now. Kelly will put a link up for you. Okay.
I've already done it.
Done it. Good girl. Comparatively, that's a big word, isn't it? This is the other garden mould. Let me come. Actually, I'll do it on this other camera, except for me going left and right. This is the other garden tool mould. Now, this one is for small cupcakes. So there's the little garden gnome and the fork, the trowel, the plant pot, the secateurs, and also the garden glove there. So it's got some different things on it, but it's much, much smaller. So what you need to find is that if you want to do a cake, you may need to do this, but this would work if you did like a little plaque on top of a cake that said Happy Father's Day or Happy Birthday, whoever, and then you put the little pieces around the plaque. So there are different things you can do with this. It doesn't just have to be on cupcakes. Okay. Everything right, Kel?
Yeah, I think so. I think a couple of people. It's also weather.
It's probably weather related as well. So there you go. So that's what they look like on cupcakes. So Kelly painted this little gnome here. And then these are the little trowels here. And that comes from this mould here. So this is the FPC gardening mould. So look out for that one. This is the plastic garden tool mould. Two totally different moulds. That one I think is £4.95, and I think that one's 11 or 12. I can't remember.
£12.
That's 12, and that's £4.95. So there's a difference between the two of them. Have a look at them. It depends what you want to do, really. So just think about it before you go ahead with that, so that you know and understand that one there. Okay. It could be weather related.
That's what I think it could be.
Hailing when I did one of my lives on, I think it was Thursday morning, and everyone could hear it. So can anyone hear that noise? Right, now before we move on to the new one, we have also got tools back in stock that way. Let me put it on this camera. We've got tools back in stock. So this one is for, and what did we decide this one was? So this is more carpentry, this one, isn't it? So we've got a spanner, pliers, some sort of hammer thing there, chisel, saw, and what's that? I don't know what that is, a wrench maybe? What's that one? Is that the wrench? I don't know. I should know. My dad used to be a builder. He'll kill me.
I don't think I've ever even seen one of those in real life.
Sorry,
I don't even know what you do with it.
Sorry, Dad. If he's watching, he's going to be thinking, what's she on? Okay, so this is the tool mould. This is back in stock. Again, another nice idea for, well, male or female, if you like to do any kind of DIY, that sort of thing, then this one is also back in stock, and it's the same make as the garden tools, but obviously you can see that it's a lot bigger than the garden tools. So the garden tool one is quite small versus this one here. So this is for definitely for a big cake, this one. So just bear that in mind when you do it. All right. Now let's have a look at the new ones. You're going to love this. This is just the best thing ever. Very, very limited stock at the moment because I couldn't get any more, but it could not be any more fun. It's totally unseasonable. However, if you have got a a dad who likes Hawaiian shirts. Look at this. This could not be any more funny, I don't think, if you tried. So I've got a very limited amount of these at the moment. I will get some more stock in, but I could only manage to get exactly what I could get at the moment. So there you go. So that is, I'm going to bring it up nice and close so you can see it. Look how much fun that's going to be painting that. And I'm going to get Kelly painting that on a Facebook.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
You're going to do that on Facebook Live this week. You don't know it yet, but I've just told you that. So we'll get Kelly painting this on a Facebook Live this week so you can see how it's done. But it's got little palm trees and all sorts of things. This is so much fun. So if you have got a male person that you know for a birthday or Father's Day that likes wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, Hawaiian party. That's quite common.
Yeah, or you're having
a luau.
Yeah, or if you're having a Hawaiian party, then this Hawaiian shirt, I thought this was so funny. I just thought we're having that definitely. So this is loads of fun and something that you can definitely have lots of fun with on that one. So Hawaiian shirts is now in, as is this one here. Now this one is ties. It's quite big, these ties, but there we go. This is ties. This is the new chocolate mould for tie. So if you wanted to make that one, you could then paint it up according to your bit stripy tie or whatever. It does have a texture on it. That's the only thing I would say with this. So you might want to paint it a full colour and then do it a spotty tie or something. So if you do have someone who likes to wear a tie, does there anyone who likes to wear a tie or associated with wearing a tie, then this mould is now in. So this one is called tie. I think we've got a few more of these actually than we have with the Hawaiian shirts. I think it's mainly the Hawaiian shirts that we're a little bit short on. So if you want to get that one for Father's Day, then that one is available now. So I'm going to pop that over there because we're going to be doing some more work on those next week. What I like to do is try and bring them in as fast as I can when we've got them so you can have a look at them. Now the slight issue here is normally I go, look at these new moulds we've got and we're going to paint them next week, and then I find everybody buys them before we've even started painting them, and then we have a stock problem. So I don't know why I do this, but I do. So we're going to have a look now at sports balls, which we have had. We did golf last week, and I'm going to show you the difference between the two, and we're going to get those painted up so you can have a little look at them. So the sports ball mould, I'm going to bring this in here so you can see it. Now what I've done is I've made some up already. I've made the whole selection that there is on here. Now this one is the golf ball. Now I made that last week on a completely different mould. So there is one called golf ball mould or something, isn't it? Kelly will find it and put the link up. That one is just golf balls on its own. This one is a set of 4 golf ball, so a set of sports balls, this one's called. So that one is rugby. This one is football. This one is, well, what's that red and white one? Baseball. And then this one
could be a rounders ball or a tennis ball.
Yeah, that one is basketball. This one we feel can be adapted to other things. So you may find that you will be able to paint them. We're going to paint them all up and we're going to put them onto some cupcakes now. So that's what we're going to do next. What we're going to do then is bring in our cocoa butter so we can show you how to use that. So if you've not done that before, let's bring this in so you can have a little look at how it all works. So this is a chrome food warmer. We do not sell them. They are available on Amazon for about anything between £5 and £10. They're meant to keep food hot, and that's what it's for. So what we're going to do, oh, I hate these matches. I'm going to get new matches next week.
I like the smell of those ones.
I don't like the smell of them. I don't know anything about them, Kelly. They're horrible. Right, so we're going to light the tea light in the middle, and we're going to put the metal paint palette on top. So if you joined us earlier and you saw this in the cocoa butter kit, you're probably thinking, what is that for? This is what it's for. It's to create heat on this here. So this gets very, very hot. And then we're going to put some cocoa butter, which is this. Oh, we just thrown some somewhere there. Yes, I did. Onto this, and then this will heat up and melt the cocoa butter. So you'll see that happen quite quickly. And then we're going to paint these all up, and we're going to then put them onto some cupcakes so you can have a look at them as a set, so you can see what they look like. So we're going to use brown. I had to actually Google and write down what they all look like because I couldn't remember. You go rugby ball, yeah, I know what colour that is, and then night blank. We're going to put a little bit of red. We don't need very much red actually, so just a tiny bit of red. So these are all the dusting colours. We're going to use a colour here called Sunset Orange. That's not in the kit, but it's a very, very nice colour, and I do use it on a lot of my lives. Midnight, which is black. Let's pop that over here away from the white. So just tap a little bit out. You hardly need any at all. You won't need a lot of paint, lot of dust, except for white, and you will find you'll go through a fair amount of white with things, so you need extra white. So pop some on there like that. Use a gas lighter, I know, I think I need that. Okay, and then we're going to use our paint brushes. So we're going to use paintbrush, what have we got here? 3, 1, 2.
Would it be okay if the tea light was directly under the cocoa butter and not central?
Say that again?
Would it be okay if one of the tea lights was, if the tea light's under the cocoa butter and not central? Like, would it burn?
I don't think so. As long as it's on the metal paint palette, it should be fine. There should be no reason why that should be a problem. You'll know if it's a problem because what will happen is it will start to it'll just start to set, and then you won't be able to paint with it. It's as simple as that. So that's what you would need to do. You would just need to work out what it is that you're painting with. Right, let me get this board. I'll take my cookie cutters off there for the minute, and we'll bring this in. Or I'll put those on as we go. Let's do that. Let's put that there. Okay, there we are. Bring that round. Let's have a little juggle here for a second. Put that on there. Okay. Got everything. I've got so much stuff on my desk. It's unbelievable. Right, let's take these off. So I'm not going to paint the golf one again because I did that one last week. So if you want to see how that was done, it's very straightforward. That one, it's just white paint. Then go onto YouTube and have a look on Let's Shop, or go back and follow the video that's on here. Now I'm just going to clean my brush because I've been painting with red apparently, according to this. So I'm just going to take all the red out of my brush, and all I'm going to do is just dip it into the cocoa butter, and I'm just going to twist it on my kitchen roll until the colour comes out, which will be very, very quick. There you go. Won't take very long, but because I want to paint with white first, I'm just going to make sure I've got it all out. Now I've got here paintbrush 3 because these are slightly bigger than what I would normally do. So that's why I've gone for this colour first. So let's start with white. So we're just going to pick up some of the white colour and we're just going to mix it until we get a nice thick white paint. Now you could dye the chocolate white, but I think it's just as easy just to paint it on the surface, quite honestly, than it is to dye the chocolate. Now I've got to make sure I get this round the right way. So we're going to do the football first. Now this bit here, so these are the bits that are white. What shape is that, Kelly?
What do you mean?
Hexagon. Is it a hexagon?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I thought you would know. What is it? Come on.
Well, the one in the middle is a pentagon.
Yes.
Oh, they're pentagons and hexagons.
Pentagons and hexagons. Yeah, I was just checking to see if you could remember. Help me out here. So all we're going to do is just paint the hexagons, not the pentagons, first, and you'll go around and leave those ones in the middle. I did make a football using sugar paste again on my YouTube channel, so if you want to go over there and have a look how I did that, that's available as well. It's on the football cake. That's quite fun. So what you need to do is just paint round it. As I'm painting these as a set of 4, I'm just going to do all the white first, and then I'm going to go back and do all the, I'm going to get darker as I go, and then I don't have to keep fiddling around with the brushes. So I can just keep it going like so. Now if I want to go back and paint it, you need to look at your coverage. If you're getting reasonable coverage, then you won't need to go back and repaint it. If you're finding it's not covering very well, have a look how much cocoa butter you've got in there. It might mean that you need to thicken your paint up a little bit to get it a bit thicker to get your coverage. Okay, and now I'm going to go down on the side here, so I need to see where the other shape is, the pentagon, and just paint around that. So we just bring that round. Got to make sure I get this right here. There's more on the side, so just round we go. Like so. We've also got on the Tracy Mann Cakes page, there's football cake toppers. So if you don't want to do it like this, there is a set of football ones as well. So if you fancy doing it like that, then yeah, have a look at that. This is quite deep, this mould, so you will get a solid chocolate. Alternatively, you can paint the sides and then you can fill it with something. So if you wanted to put in like a praline filling or something like that, or a hazelnut or something, you could do that, but not when you're around, Kelly.
No,
because Kelly's allergic to nuts. There we go. So we'll leave that to dry. So that's all that bit painted there like that. So it's nice and straightforward. Now the other one that needed white is this one. So this one here I've got to get this right. I've got a little note next to me about what they all are. This one is completely white, so we're going to just paint straight over the top. And then the stitching is red, but I don't need to go around the stitching. I'm just going to paint the whole thing because the stitching's coming through. So if you wanted to do this as a tennis ball, which I reckon you could do, then you would just paint this yellow and just do it slightly differently that way. Let's turn it round. Now when you paint these moulds, you need to make sure they've come out of the fridge and they're at room temperature, because if you set them in the fridge, they will set beautifully once you've tempered your chocolate, and then you need to make sure that they are back to room temperature before you paint them, because cocoa butter is a warm product, and if you put it straight onto something that's cold, then you're going to find it doesn't paint very well. It will literally just set as you go and you'll get really terrible coverage, so make sure you do that. Okay, so just run this over here. I'm doing this very roughly. I'm sure you would spend more time on it than me, but I wanted to just show you how these convert because they're really pretty. These ones are really nice. And I say this one I think could be a tennis ball as well, not just a baseball. So there's 4 of each design on the mould. So the sports ball has 4 different sports balls on it. The golf one is on its own, so don't get confused with this. Make sure you know that that is a separate one altogether. And I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm just going to probably run over that one again in a second. So I'll put you there. And then the rugby one, let me just check what I've got to do with that. Right, that's got white stripes. So while I've still got my white on here, I'm going to just paint this bit here. Now this is all marked out for me, so I'm not trying to sort of invent anything here. It is literally there, and we're just going to go around here. Now you could do this in milk chocolate if you wanted to, so rather than painting it brown, if you wanted to make it in milk chocolate, that would be fine. And when I'm saying all of this, you do need to temper your chocolate. So if you're not sure how to do that, again, go to YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, and you'll find a video there on how to temper chocolate. And just watch it first. It's not a very long video, it's about 5 minutes long. Watch that because it's really important, because if you get that bit right, then using these moulds will be really easy. Don't try and do this with Cadbury's chocolate, it will be so difficult for you. So this is the mixed sports ball one, but it does not include the golf ball. Okay, the golf ball is on its own. Now I've done this pretty rough. You can kind of see I've gone over the edges here, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to be painting up to that. So that's fine. I'm really not too worried about that. So let's move that over there. Let's bring the football back again. We'll just go over this once more, just thicken up the paint again. And then if we wanted to make this a little bit whiter, cocoa butter dries really quickly. The only time it struggles is when it's warm, and then you might find it sort of remelts itself. So you just have to treat it with some respect, keep it away from from heat and light to a degree, and just make sure that you kind of protect it a little bit, because that's how it melts. So let's go across here, like so. So if you want to increase the depth of colour with white, you can go back over it again, or any of the colours, you can go back over them again. Sometimes because you're painting on a sort of a yellowy colour surface, you do need to go over it twice, but you need to wait for it to set first before you do that. And then we'll just go around the edge again. But it's very quick, it doesn't actually take that long. And if you're going to do these on cakes, do them in advance. So don't do them the moment you need them, get them like I'm doing. Do them in advance, and then you can store them for up to a week before. Be fine. Just put them in a little box somewhere, put the lid on, keep them away from light, heat and smell, and then your chocolate will be fine. The key to it is just protecting the chocolate. Okay, let's go back to this one again. Do another quick layer over this one because it's quite nice and white now. I'll just go over it again. I'm not looking forward to painting all that red stitching, but we'll give it a go. Can't be any worse than some of the things I've done live. It'll be fine. Tick Kelly. That sounded convincing.
Yes.
Now we're going to paint this one in a second, and when I say we, Colour Theory Kelly, I'm going to call you.
Yeah. Colour
Theory Kelly. It's orange, this ball, but it's orange, but it's more of a sort of Kelly, describe.
Like
this baseball colour.
Dark warm tone.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, now we've done all the white so we can clean our brush up, let's get that out of there. We're going to take some of the sunset orange colour. Let's turn that around. So we're going to take sunset orange and we're going to mix that with some brown. Is that right, Kelly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit at first, just to see what it's like.
We know what I'm like. I just whack it all in there and see what happens.
I'll stand because
You're gonna
no use me being.
You're going to come and
however long
supervise.
behind.
I'm going to put it on there.
That's a basketball colour.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Go for that? Maybe a bit brighter?
Yeah.
A bit white?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bit more?
Hang on a minute. It's a bit more. Oh, I've already done it.
Okay. Are you happy with that colour?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. There you go. So if you want to make
You're welcome.
this colour, then it is sunset orange. See, it's Kelly in action here. Sunset orange with brown and white. And
what I found with cocoa butter colours is that every colour kind of needs white in it.
every colour needs white in it, but I say that all the time, Kelly. Honestly, every live I do, I say you need white. So if anybody needs to stock up on a colour, stock up on white because you're going to need it for sure. So we'll give that a bit of a paint. And then we will go across there. There's no, you don't need to be an artist to do this. You just need to be able to paint and copy. So that's nice and easy. So nothing too complicated. And then it's got a black stripe on it, which is all marked out for you, which we'll do once this is all dry. How come we've got that other colour that's just come in as well, that edible art one, the blood orange colour?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh no, I need to look for that one because that might be quite good for this as well. So for the moment, no, it's sunset orange, brown, and I'm using paintbrush number 3 at the moment to do this. Let's come across like that. Just round the back. And we're creating basically a set of sports themed cupcakes. That's what we're doing to go with our golf one from the week before. There we go. Right, let's and clean our brush again. So a little bit of cocoa butter. Okay. And then what we'll do, we will do the brown one next. So I'm going to move this out of the way, swap you over. So we'll do the rugby ball next. We'll just go for the brown. So this is just brown on its own. I think we need to put a little bit of white in it. Again, it's very dark. Do you think, Kelly? Oh, you're behind.
Yeah, sorry. I am a bit behind. Yeah. Darker, but still with a little bit of that orange in it, because they are kind of...
You think
it's pigskin.
so? You want a little bit of orange in
Yeah.
there as well, right? We'll put some orange in there.
I was just thinking, like, UK rugby balls are normally white.
They are. I
So
looked.
that's more of an American football one, or like a vintagey one. So you could always do like the team colours or whatever goes.
You've got the
with
ones
it.
that have got all the
like green and like the ticks and
yeah. So when you do the rugby ball one, just have a look at it and see what you want to do from there. But you could also do this in milk chocolate as well if you wanted to do it like that. Yeah, this is more of a vintage one, I'd say. But yeah, if you want to do one that's got there's a sponsor that's on the side of these rugby balls, isn't it? I can't remember what it's called, but you could always paint that on the side if you wanted to. I'm trying not to hold this so I don't end up knocking it. So I'm going up to the line now with my brush. Hopefully you can see it all. There we go. Round like so. Now if you clip it, I've just clipped that bit there, you can always just repaint it, or if you've got a scriber, we've got these as well, you can just literally scratch off that colour. So if you ever sort of go over anything and you want to take the colour off, as long as it's not like huge, you can just literally take a scriber and scratch the colour off before it sets. And then we'll come around here. So scribers are really good for cake painting if you want to do anything like that on chocolate. It doesn't work so much on sugar paste because you'd be tearing it to pieces, but certainly on chocolate it works really well. That's your bit to remove your mistakes, and we all make mistakes, me included.
Me, not so much.
Not so much
Okay.
you, Kelly, obviously. Especially if it's live, because I very rarely practice anything before we go live. So sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't. Most of the time they're fine. It's got a bit of a texture to it, this ball as well, a bit like the golf ball. So when you paint it, you'll see what I mean. It coming up. You can see it more on the white than you can on the brown. Let's turn that around this way. I'm doing this very quickly, so I wouldn't say they're perfect, but they're okay. Is the stitching on that rugby ball, is it white? It is white. Okay. Okay, so we've done this one then. That's this one finished. Okay, we'll let this one dry. There we go. Okay, bearing in mind we're doing this very roughly. Right, let's leave that one. I'm just going to check I've got all the sides. There's a little bit down that side I've missed. Okay, let's pop that one there. Let's bring this one in. So that one's red. Let's do this one. Now I'm going to need to change brush for this one because that stitching is quite small. So I'm going to go down to, what's this one? Brush 1. Yeah, let's try brush 1 for this. Or is it maybe even 0, 0? Let's try 0, 0 because it really is quite small. We're going to use red. Again, the pattern's all on there. We're just going to follow it with some red dusting colour. So let's see how this goes. No promises, everybody. Right, where does it start? Where does it end? Okay, so we'll start there. Am I still on the screen? Yes. Okay, so we've got a centre line that goes down there, and again I'm just following what's there. I might not breathe for a minute or two just while I do this bit. And round we go. Turn it round. So let's get the centre line in first. It's all there. Once you actually put your brush down, you can just follow the gap that's there. Okay, that's what I mean about it being a tennis ball as well. You could just stop at that point. So if you'd painted the ball yellow, you could then just do it from there. Now this is meant to be, it's got lines on it, so let me find these lines. Okay, so we're just going to follow what's on here. So it should come together fairly quickly. Literally just follow it. So I'm not making this up, I'm following the lines that are on there. We'll go down one side first and then turn it round. Okay. I missed one there. Back we go. Right, I'm around this side at the moment. You might not be able to see it so well. Maybe I'll see it in a second. I would tip it, but I think we're asking for trouble then. And there. It keeps changing direction a little bit, so just watch that as you go. And then we'll go back the other way. So this is 0, 0. I'd say you would need this brush actually for this particular bit. It's quite, you want them to be nice and thin. You coming to have a look, are you?
It's just because I was looking at this and I was like, oh no, is she going the other way as well? Because I was just making sure you were doing it.
I'm going the other way, thank you, Kelly. Right, there we go. Let's turn that round. And yeah, I haven't forgotten, don't worry. My hand's probably in the way at the moment. I'll try and do it this way so you can see better. Okay, so let's whiz along a little bit now. So if you want to do this, you can spend more time on it than I'm spending, but that's that one done. There we go, that's 2. Turn that round, there we go. Right, now we've still got black on here at the moment, but I'm going to go up a brush size. I'm going to go up to number 1 because 0, 0 is a bit too thin for what I need for this. We'll go up to brush 1 and then we're just going to paint these here. So we'll just fill in the gaps. Footballs are one of those things, it's so popular, and then people ask you for a football cake and you think, uh-oh, how am I going to do this so it's going to look realistic, because doing these shapes is really difficult. So this may well be the way round for you. You might find that you can do this nice little shape on top, put some grass around it, and then you can put happy birthday. It always look like it's buried in the grass. You probably actually could even put these two together as a whole. I haven't actually tried that, but that might work. So again, we'll just now go round the rest of the football. Need a bit more paint. If you find the black paint's not covering very well, just up the amount of dusting colour that you've got in there. It might just need a little bit more. That'll probably help it. There you go, you can see that coming together. Like so. You can still just about see me. There we go. On there. Like that. How many have we got to go? 3. Right. Try not to touch it as well if you can.
Oh, I just realised the rugby ball, the stitching is red. It could be red or white, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so we can go back and do that in a second. That's all right. Across the top?
I think so. I think it can be red or white. Maybe just go with white.
Okay, well, we'll leave that one as it is for today. I'm just trying to turn this without touching it. I don't want to get black everywhere. Right. This will all dry. I'm just not touching it while it's still wet. That's what I'm trying to avoid. There we go. Okay. I'm going to turn it with my paintbrush now. And then this one here. So there you go. You've got an instant football. We're going to use these on cupcakes in a second. With a bit of grass and ready to go. So well, this is the bit you can do in advance. There we go. Right, that's lovely. So we'll pop that one there, bring that one round here. Now this one's got lines on it, so I'm going to stick with paintbrush 1 because the lines are not that thin and I can see them, so I'm literally just going to go for it, I think. So I'm going to breathe occasionally. Okay, remember what I said to you, if you make a mistake you can scratch this off, so it doesn't matter particularly. But your brush will fit into the groove. So the lines are a little bit indented. So you're going to find your brush will just sort of slot in there. Keep your hand on the table so you try and steady yourself a little bit. There we go. Keep going. Right, this one comes across. We'll take that one over now. So just keep moving it around so it's comfortable for you. Don't try and paint against nature. You need to try and turn it so that you can actually do this. You're not painting in strange positions. There we go. One more, and then we've got our which one is this? Baseball.
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 Or I guess you could make it a rounders ball.
Or a rounders ball, yeah. We feel you could change this accordingly. There you go. How about that? So they're really easy to use, aren't they? They're really, really straightforward. So there you go. So those are the 4 balls. Now I've done the golf ball. I did that last week. What I deliberately brought it out to show you is it's similar size. It's a little bit smaller, but it is similar size to the others. And I'm just going to put this out of my way for a second, as we'll probably bring it back in later on, but just so I don't knock it over. And then what we'll do is we'll bring our cupcakes in. Now what I've done is I've made them on green cases, chocolate ones. I say I mean Kelly.
Yeah, I know. Give it a little death stare there.
Kelly made
I was
them.
thinking also for a mould like this, I know we said earlier you could fill them, but you could always do like a box of them.
You could, yeah, you could do a box of
They all look
chocolates.
quite nice together. Yeah, a box of chocolates, but they're just like sporty ones.
So we're going to use this colour here, which is called Colour Splash Leaf Green. It's a really, really nice green colour. And we've got Wilton 18 nozzle in at the moment. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little bit of buttercream into into my bag. Ooh, now I'm getting it everywhere as usual. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to pop these on top of our cupcakes. So we'll put a little blob in the middle to start it all off. And then I'll take one that I've just not painted. Hold on. Let's take that one up. Pop that on there like that. And then we'll put that one on there. And I'll get the golf one as well, which I did last week, so it might be a slightly different colour. I'm going to just tip the rugby ball to one side, just so it, you know, rugby balls don't tend to sit flat, do they? So we'll just tip that one. And then we'll put a little bit on there. Pop that one on. Okay, so we've got them on. And now we're just going to pipe some grass around them. So we'll do them one at a time. So I'm just going to take my nozzle and very carefully just pipe some grass up to the top of the sports ball. So this is Wilton 18 and leaf green sports balls painted with white, red, brown, black, orange, sunset orange. And then what we've done is we've what did we do after that, Kelly? I've got my
You painted them.
It's gone blank now.
Yeah, you painted them.
And we painted them with cocoa butter. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to literally just pipe some grass. Now you can pipe right up around this sports ball, so you don't even need to just pipe around it. So it looks like it's kind of sat in the grass. There we go. Just realised my camera's at a funny angle. I'm just going to tip it slightly. There we go, that's a little bit better. And there's the football one. Now I've done these on cupcakes. You don't have to do them on cupcakes. You could do them on a big cake if you wanted to. But you can do them all in advance. So you would get them all ready for, if you were doing like a box of Father's Day cakes, maybe, something like that. You could offer a box of sports cupcakes. You can just paint up some of these. And then the golf, sorry, not the golf one, the rugby one, I'm going to have to put a bit more grass in underneath because I've got this one tilted. So I'm going to have to put a little bit more grass in there. Yeah, Sylvia's spending her birthday with us, so we're very honoured, aren't we, Kelly?
Yeah, happy birthday.
We must be doing something right if someone wants to spend their birthday with us, hey?
Yeah.
Right.
May's the best birth month, Sylvia.
Oh no, don't set her off. Yes, Kelly's birthday is shortly, and it's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's a big one, isn't it, Kelly?
And I will be making a big deal out of it.
She's making loads of fuss, and we haven't even got anywhere near it yet, but we will.
It's in like less than 2 weeks.
I know it is. Kelly's going to be 21 on the 21st.
In 2021.
In 2021. That's pretty cool, isn't it? There we go. So there's the rugby one. So remember what I said? I tilted that one a
That's
little
cool.
bit. You like that one?
Mm.
Let's put that one there, and then we'll do this one here. So
You could always, because you don't really play basketball in the grass.
I know, I was just thinking that.
You could always cut out a piece of like cream sugar paste and paint some white or red lines on it as if it was like a gym floor.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, or like a sort of a not concrete but tarmac-y type colour, couldn't you? So you could change this. I'm just going to do it green because that's what I've got in my bag. I'm not going to mess about with it too much. But yes, you could change this if you wanted to. There we go. Right, how about that? So those are the 4. Then let me get the golf one from last week. It might be marginally a different shade, but we'll have a look. There we go. All right, so there's a nice, let me turn those round so you can see them there. So there's a nice set there of Father's Day or any day, it doesn't really matter, does it, of sports balls that you can do onto cupcakes. It's nice to actually see the mould in action. I think it is a good idea to see exactly how it is that you can achieve it. So you can just get the mould out, you know, the chocolate out of the mould and put it straight on there, or you can do what I've done here and you can pipe them and make them more interesting, paint them up, and then I think it's a little bit more obvious it is what it is. And it's a lump of chocolate, so it's not like a great big lump of sugar paste or anything like that, so you can eat it and it will be great fun. So there you go. So again, as usual, I will take photographs of these and I will put them onto the Let's Shop page so you can have a little look at them in more detail. But that's the sports ball mould that we've got for Father's Day, or any male birthday of any sort, or any female birthday of any description. I'm going to put those there. They look lovely, don't they? I think they look very nice. Now, going back to, let me consult my list. Right, so we've done those bits. Let me just move these. Let me not drop them in the process. Pop them over there. So we're going to move on to, I'll come back on screen. Here I am. We're going to move on to cupcake toppers now, and we've got loads of new cupcake toppers for you to have a look at today, and some of them I'm going to show you on my beloved cookies, because you know I'm obsessed with them completely. Now, the little cookie one that we had last week, which was this new set here, there we go, that set there, okay. We completely sold out of these, but we've got a whole new batch coming in on Monday, so they are available to order, but they were extremely popular. So we've got a set of 3. Let me put them on the other camera, because then you might be able to see them a bit better. A set of 3 cupcakes. Now, they're 3 different sizes. This one is very small. I'm just going to see if I've got any examples here. Let's have a little look. Here we go. Me rummaging in the background here. I want to show you what size they come up as. So that's what they look like when they're made up. There you go. And that is one. Now, these ones are on YouTube, so if you want to see how to do that, this one I've got to record again because I made a bit of a boo-boo with it, and it's decided it was going to corrupt the footage, so I'm going to redo this one. But these are
would you like me to read out the sizes?
Please read out the sizes, Kelly, for me. That would be extremely helpful.
The largest one is 10 centimetres by 8 centimetres.
So 10 by 8.
The middle one is 7.75 by 6.
7.75 by 6.
And the smaller one is 4.75 by 3.85.
This is a real dinky, this one. Oops, it's even better if I throw it around. My dad will love that because he loves it when I drop things on camera. So there you go. That is how small it is. It's tiny. It's not very big at all versus this one here. If I hold it up on the main camera, you'll see exactly how small it is. There you go. It's a tiny. It might help if I'm on the other side.
Did you have the ones that are cut?
The cut ones, maybe in that box. Yeah, have a little look. So what we did is we cut a section out of them, and then we put it so that it fitted into the cup. Have you got one? Oh, that's one that we haven't iced.
It's not iced.
But it gives you the idea. So what we did, and then we did put a picture up there, of we cut a section out. Hold on, which camera that way? Sorry, it's reverse for me. So we cut one of the cookies out, and we just took a little section out while we were cooking, and then it leans against the handle really nicely there as well. So if you were giving someone a lovely cup of tea, and then you'd made a little cupcake to sit on top of there like that, it was just a bit of fun more than anything else. So if you wanted to convert the mini one into something like that, I'll put a picture up, but I think I may have put a picture up the week before anyway, or there is a picture on the advert, I'm not sure.
Just when you cut it out like halfway through baking rather than like before you put it in the oven, because the recipe, it still does spread.
Yeah,
so it's like cleaner if you take it out like halfway through cooking, cut the piece.
Yeah, so if you're using Kelly's cookie recipe, which is what I've called it, I hope you've noticed that.
Have you?
Yeah. Kelly's cookie recipe. If you're using that, cut your cupcake out as normal, put everything in the oven, but stop it halfway, bring them out, cut out your section, and then put it back in again. When it comes back out of the oven, then just trim it all up to make sure it's exactly fits your cup. So, but if you lean them against the handle, they're most cups are pretty similar size, I found anyway. So that's what we did with that. So that was the cookie cutter from last week, which I'm obsessed with, clearly. But we're going to go back to the coffee cup again, but I want to show you the new toppers first. So I'm going to just move this out of the way, because everything is everywhere, as ever with me. So we've got Father's Day cupcake toppers. There we go. These are for cupcakes. Again, very straightforward. You peel them back like so, pop them onto some sugar paste and pop them on top of a cupcake. I'm going to show you some different ones in a minute so that you should see how they work. But there are now a set of Father's Day, I'm just moving stuff out of the way because I've got no space left, a set of Father's Day ones that are now available. Now on Sugar and Crumbs this week, I've only got, oh actually I might have a whole sheet left, let's have a look. let's have a little look. So on Sugar and Crumbs this week we're going back to this cake again, and if you can see, well, just about the butterfly that's on top of there, I chopped them off of this sheet here because we have now got a sheet called Realistic Butterflies. So there's a few missing, I'm afraid. So this is on wafer paper. We're also printing it onto sugar paste, so if you want it to be a little bit stronger, then you can do that, and they're very simple. You literally take off the butterfly that you want and cut round it, fold it in half. I'll show you one now just very quickly, so you can just store this and use them as and when you want to use them. So you can just cut round here. Now we've got a few sets of butterflies. This one is called Realistic Butterflies because this is the one that I found that's got all the varieties on it, and I wanted it to be realistic when I did my hydrangea cake this week. So it was no good using the other butterflies because they didn't match the design that I'd done. So I found these, and we put them onto wafer paper for you so that you can pop them onto your cake. And if you stick anything on wafer paper, try and use a product like royal icing rather than an oil-based one like buttercream, because the buttercream tends to go into the wafer paper. And don't use water because it will disintegrate. But you just very carefully cut round them, and then if you just bend it like that, it will stand very quickly. And you pop your royal icing down the back there and stick it onto your cake or your cupcake. Like that. So there you go. So they do stand up very, very quickly, and they're pretty because they're realistic, but they're quite big, and we did that deliberately because we wanted them for cakes, but they will be fine for cupcakes as well. Have we got any cupcakes over? Yeah. Can you bring me one over? A couple over, Kelly, please, and then I can show you how much or what size they look like. So I took off the Red Admiral and the Peacock, thank you very much. So cupcake size, if you can see, they do fit quite nicely on there, but just be careful if you're using buttercream because they will absorb the buttercream. They're a bit better on the sugar paste ones, so if you want to do it on buttercream, you probably need the sugar paste ones versus the wafer paper ones, because otherwise you'll find they'll disintegrate. Now somebody mentioned 2 or 3 weeks ago, dinosaurs. So dinosaur moment, everybody. So I've done 2 things.
I love dinosaurs.
Kelly,
I want to put that out there now.
Kelly is obsessed with dinosaurs. I don't know why, but you are. So we've got 2 sheets for dinosaurs. We have got Cupcake Toppers. I'm just trying to find them because we have to keep everything sealed, and that is really worth mentioning actually with these Cupcake Toppers. When you get your Cupcake Toppers from us, they're in a bag. They're also in a brown envelope, and they're sealed tight. If you take that out of the sealed bag and leave it on your work surface, the chances are it will start to dry out and crack. So if you want to preserve those toppers, you need to keep them airtight. We're going to start putting big stickers over everything. I haven't told you that yet, Kelly. We're going to start putting big stickers on there to tell you to do that, because if you do that, they will be fine. You won't have a problem. But let me show you. We've got 2 coming up. So we've got a topper for a cake. So this is our new dinosaur topper. He is lovely. He's 7.5 inches that way and 7.5 inches that way. So he fills up an entire A4 sheet. He's saying hello. So he's suitable for a cake. So if you want to do an 8-inch square cake, or you could even do an 8-inch square round, you could literally put a cake board on here, draw around it and cut it round like that and pop it onto your cake like so. Look, the butterfly's a butterfly on there, Kelly. Look. How that's ironic, isn't it? So that's the new dinosaur cake topper. Again, it's on an A4 sheet, which you just peel back, and then you paint onto your cake and pop your dinosaur onto your cake. So he is cute, isn't he? I think you're going to see there's a bit of a theme going here, because I do tend to like quite cutesy type images. Kelly's always telling me off.
What do you call it?
Cutesy type.
No.
Oh, not kawaii. We're not going on about kawaii. We're not going on about that again. So this is the dinosaur. Yeah, how can you not? So he's the dinosaur topper that I've picked, and again, even though he's on a square base, you can convert him to a round. I didn't want to put him on a round base because then you can't convert him to a square base. So that's why I've done it on this, and he will fit an 8-inch cake or more. So a 7.5, you could even nip it in a little bit if you had a 7-inch cake to do that. So he's a very nice one. And then to match him, or as an alternative, we've now got mini dinosaurs, and the mini dinosaur cake toppers. Now these are different. I'm going to bring them right in close so you can see. No, we're going that way. Let me bring them back a bit. So we have got 4 different dinosaurs on here. So we've got a blue, they've all got balloons and they're in boxes, of course they are. So we've got a...
Good for, you know, kids' birthday party takeaway thing.
Yeah, exactly. So what we've done here, there's 15 on a sheet. There's 4 different designs and they're all mixed up. But these are there we go. So that is the Dinosaur Cake Toppers. So that's 15 on a sheet and they're all slightly different. The same as before, you peel it back and pop them onto your cake, onto a piece of sugar paste and then onto your cake. So those are the dinosaur ones. So somebody asked me for dinosaurs a few weeks ago. So there you go. I've done it exactly as you've asked me to do. So there you go. That's the little dinosaur ones there. So we've got 2 dinosaur new ones there. Let me put them there so you can see them. They are lovely, aren't they? Now, we've also gotten some more new ones this week because we've had new edible printers this week. I feel slightly more confident about printing because we had a little breakdown about 2 weeks ago and it caused havoc. And so we didn't talk about Cupcake Toppers last week particularly. We kind of let that go because we were trying to sort this out. But we are now sorted. So the ones that I wanted to release a couple of weeks ago are now here. So that's the ones we're going to do next. So we've got one more topper one that's coming. And this is called Ballet Dancers. Okay, so this is the new Cupcake Toppers. Again, I'm going to bring this in close so you can have a look at it. It's incredibly sweet. It's really pretty. You can see I've knit one out the top there because I was testing it earlier today. So this is called Ballet Dancers. Okay, again, there's 4 different ballet dancers on here. And we've been fair and we've mixed them all up on the sheet. So there's pink ones and yellow ones, blue ones, all sorts of things, but it's terribly sweet. So there's new ballet dancers out as well. Again, you'll find that on Cupcake Toppers. Kelly will put a link up for you. Already done it. There you go. She's like super duper quick. So that's ballet dancers. They are very cute and I'm going to bring them right in so you can have a good old look there at what they are. So 15 on a sheet.
Going back to the wafer papers, will they stick onto chocolate?
Yes, but you need to stick them on with chocolate. Yeah, or royal icing actually. Yeah, any of those is fine. Actually, I'd probably stick them on with royal icing because then at least they won't fall off. So there you go. Oh God, please don't ask me about edible printers. No, is the answer to that.
They're pretty much impossible to get in the UK.
There is a lot of problems with edible printing at the moment, so we're not even going to go there because it turned into a nightmare, to be perfectly honest. Yeah.
We had to order 2.
We had to get 2 in the end because we were having so much difficulty, but yeah, we're getting there. Ask me that question in 6 months' time when Canon actually start sending the printers into the UK, and then we might have a bit more of an answer for you. Right, now I'm going to show you 2 more sheets that involve my lovely cookie cutter because I can't help myself. We're going to be using this, which is my lovely cookie cutter. It's been out now for a little while. We've sold absolutely loads. It's been the most popular one that we've had, apart from the Lily one, I think. And we've had loads and loads of things. People keep calling it different things. Travel cup, all sorts of things. So we've made these with Kelly's cookie recipe. Remember I said to you earlier today that the cookie recipe is now available on the cookie card. So we have a laminated cookie card there. So if you want to get Kelly's cookie recipe, so if you are already on royal icing or you have already bought a cookie decorating kit, you will have this included. If you haven't and you've just bought one cutter, so say you bought this cutter on its own and you want the recipe, then we are now selling it, but we are selling it for the price it cost us to print it because we can't give them away for free because otherwise we'd have no money left. So they're £2 and they are available on Let's Shop. Kelly's put one up there for you now. I've called it Kelly's cookie recipe. There you go, Kelly, been promoted. So we're going to have a look at 2 more new sheets that we've got coming out that again I'm going to just show you how to use them on the cookies so that you can see what they're like. But we did another fabulous one last week called Fun Food and it was amazing and we sold absolutely loads of them. So this week we're going for fun cactuses.
Cacti.
Cacti. Is that what it is it, Kelly? Cacti. So we're going for fun cacti and smiley cherries. I know, it's all my style, you see. This is why we're having all of this in. So these are the 2 new sheets that we've got this week. Now again, you can use them on cakes. You can use them on the cookies, which also, that was the one we had last week. This was called Fun Food. So Fun Food we did last week, which we cut out little bits and pieces. This is what did I call it? Fun cacti or fun...
Funny cacti.
Funny cacti, smiley
Funny
cherries. I know, because it made me laugh. So smiley cherries and funny cacti is what we've got this week. So that's what we're going to have a look at. I'm just moving things around because, again, as I've said to you before, you've got to keep everything sealed. I don't want to leave anything out because it all dries out very quickly. So I'm just popping these back in my bag. So these are the new sheets for this week. Let's put this out of the way. Now, these are available on Let's Shop Cake Live, but they're also available on my website, which is, Kelly will put a link up for the Cupcake Toppers. So if you ever want to go across and see the full range, you can still do that, and you can still place your order through Let's Shop because it's all going through the same website. So once you've been onto Let's Shop, if you want to then go around and have a look at other things, then you can do that as well. Right, so let's have a look at what we're going to do with this. Can you stick a bit of water in there? Oh, that's all right, I'll do it on this one. Okay, right, now we're just going to get a little bit of royal icing. Now we use a product called Whipping It Up. Again, we have that on Let's Shop. We use one called Velvet Vanilla, which is a really nice tasting product. I'm going to move this out of the way because I don't really want to get water on them because that would be not good. And then we're just going to take some of the royal icing. We're just going to, I've got a bit much water in there actually. Let's put a bit less in. That will put some more icing in. There we go. Just mix that round. So we're just creating like a glue that we can then stick our sugar paste to, that can work onto our cookie. So we don't want to make it too wet, still a bit wet. Stick a bit more in. There we go. So you can do piping gel or you can use royal icing. Royal icing is probably easier because it definitely sets, whereas piping gel will always remain soft, so you don't really want to be doing too much on that. Right, let's put those there. Rolling pin, Kelly, there it is. Got most things to hand today, haven't been too bad actually. And then what we'll do is we'll get some sugar paste out. I've got this creamy colour one here and I've got a white one. Let's use the white one actually for the cactus. Are you agreeing, Kelly? Cacti. I'm going to get told off for saying it wrong. There we go. So we'll take hold of this and we'll give it a bit of a knead to get it going. So we don't need huge amounts. Right, and then we'll put some of this down. Hold on. And then what we'll do is we'll cut out a couple of cookie shapes. Actually, I'll tell you what, not that piece, I'll tell you what. Let's get another piece. It's got bits in it, I can see them and they're annoying me. Let's try a different piece. Happy fruit, similar. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
I'll show you.
You know what it is, okay. All right, let's try again. So I could just see little bits in that sugar paste. It was just winding me up.
Like this.
Oh, okay. We'll see what we can find. Because we have to get images that are copyright free, you see. So we have to sort of look around for certain things. So we have to be careful. Well, we buy our images, so we don't just use anything. Okay. I just kind of like this style. It's fun. Well, I think it's fun anyway. Okay, right. Let me sit down. Oh, I need a third one. Before I sit down. I think these are the cookies I made when I was half asleep, Kelly.
Oh, was that the 9 o'clock ones?
These might be the 9 o'clock ones. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is take my cookie cutter and press it down like so, and then just give it a little wiggle.
Do you need water as well?
No, I've got it here. Oh, I will do, yeah. Oh, you're good, aren't you? You've seen a lot of lives now, Kelly. Then we'll get another one. So by doing that, it cuts it through cleanly. If you just press it down and pick it up like that, you'll get all this, and you don't want this edge. So you have to press it down and move it around. Thanks, Kel.
Do you need a brush?
No, I'm okay. Oh no, actually, yeah, I will. Is there a big one? Oh no,
I got one.
got one. Okay. Right, we'll do one more. We're going to do 3 in total. So you can use these as cupcake cases, but I just think these are fun. I keep going on about this cookie cutter because it has just been so popular. Okay, right. So I've done them all in white. You don't have to do them in white. I say these are a little bit hit and miss, these cookies, because I was baking half asleep one evening. I can't even show you one of them because it's not great at all. I'm going to keep that one off camera. Right, okay, so we'll just lay them on like that. This is a very thin piece of sugar paste. There's not tons and tons of sugar paste on here, okay? So we're not putting great big thick chunks of it on there or anything like that. You can always royal ice your cookies anyway. This is the one I did when I was half asleep, I think. There we go, nicely covered up very quickly. Now, knife. Again, I did get that out. What did I do with it?
What kind of knife? Do you want a really sharp one?
No, no, I've got it. I did get it out. So we're just going to mark across the top here. So we've got these now as coffee cups. There's 2 and then 1 more. There you go. Right, now got a choice here. So we can either decorate them, we can cut little pieces out, or we can just cut out different shapes. So let's start with the cactus one actually. And what I'm going to do here with this one is I'm going to cut out, what should we do? Let's try this one here. So I'm just going to take my sheet. I'm just going to cut it out roughly to start with. It's just a bit easier than trying to cut it out on the sheet. And then I'm just going to cut up close to it. I'm not going to cut right up to the edge of it. I'm just going to go round it like so. It doesn't matter if it's a bit of a white background because it's on white anyway, so that's okay. So round we go. So this one is Funny Cactus. What a name. What was I thinking when I put this up, honestly? Okay, and you can see they look fit really nicely onto here. So when you put these on, all you do is just take hold of a paintbrush with a little bit of water on it.
But make sure you're taking the back plastic off.
Make sure you're taking the plastic off the back. Don't put too much water on, just a little bit. Enough just to stick it down.
You could paint the lid green.
Well, I'm going to paint the lid green.
There you go.
And we'll just pop that one there in the middle. Like so. Or, actually, having said that, you could move him to the bottom. Like that. Because we've got the Have a Nice Day stickers somewhere, haven't we? I saw those. Where are those?
Maybe do it on the cherry one.
You think it should be on the cherry one?
Yeah.
I don't know what I did with them. We'll find them in a minute anyway. So you've got lots of different cactus there that you can, cacti, that, sorry Kelly, that you can cut out, but also you could put these around the side of a cake. You know, sometimes when you get, because cactus stand up, so you could have them going round a side of a cake. I think that would look really fun.
Oh, we could do that.
We might do it as a live.
Can we do it with a... Oh, wait, the Hawaiian shirts in Mexico aren't really the same thing.
No? Okay, well, we'll design something along with this that you could do these going around the side of a cake, and I think they will look really pretty, all cut out separately. I think they will look really fun. But certainly for the moment, they fit very nicely onto these. Now, when you got them onto here, you can paint the top of these, so you can always get hold of your cocoa butter. I'll just bring mine back in again. Colour wise, oh Kelly, what do you reckon? I think it might be moss green for this one.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I think it's moss green. I don't think it's going to be woodland green. It's too dark. So let's try moss green. Or you could paint the top black, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You don't have to paint it green.
You could even just cut out another piece of sugar paste that's green.
Yeah, you could cut out another piece of sugar paste that's green. There we go. We're full of ideas this morning, aren't we? Let's grab hold of that. So we're going to pick up some of the green. So this is moss green. Again, I'm going to put a little bit of white in just to lighten it up a bit because it is so dark. That's not bad, it's fine. But you could have fun with this, so you can paint names on this and all sorts of things. So you can just have a play with it, see what you want to do with it. But I think these would look really fun on cakes. I think they're cupcake size as well. I'll get a cupcake in a minute and I'll double check, but I'm pretty certain they may well be cupcake size. So you could have them standing up on cupcakes or something. There you go, something like that. There you go, fun cactus.
Do some spots on there.
You could do some spots. What colour spots would you
Just
like,
green
Kelly?
as well.
You want green spots?
Red spots, you know, just in the background. I just meant.
What, just as in like on here?
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Is this a good idea?
Do the cookies stay crisp even though you add water to the finished shape?
Yeah, they seem to, don't they?
Also, do they stay crisp as a topping of the fondant? Like, does the
sugar paste dry up?
Yeah.
The sugar paste will dry to a degree, yes it will, but sugar paste never dries to the point where it's like a brick. It's always a little bit soft. So, actually I've got a little bit of colour on here, Kelly, I need to be careful. Yeah, it never dries completely, sugar paste anyway, so it'll always be a little bit soft, but you might have, I would imagine from the start of making these, you might have, say, a week. Will that be okay? So you could put some little dots on there as well if you wanted to, like Kelly's suggestion here. Just to fill up your gaps if that's what you want to do. We've also got some Have a Nice Day stickers that are quite fun to put on as well. So if you want to pop those on, you could do that at that point. Okay, just little bit of cocoa butter. I've switched brush. I've gone down to brush 1 just so make sure I don't have it's not too big. And again, I will take photos and put them on this page so you can see everything more clearly. Another little one down there. Are you approving, Kelly? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all right then.
I just thought it needed some space filled.
Oh, it does. I mean, it looks sweet. You can put on as many as you want then, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Another one in there. Could even run black through the centre line up there if you wanted to bring the black in up there. There you go, there's a nice little cactus cookie there. Isn't that fun? Okay, so that's that one. Again, you can just use as many as you like. Now, in terms of cupcake, let's just have a little look here. Now, what I would do, let's cut this one out. Cut one out off screen for a second, just when I get to it. So if you're going to use, say, this one, I would, again, you can cut up close. There's no reason why you can't cut up close, but the only thing I would say with that is you're going to lose the little spikes that are on the cactus, and obviously that's quite important as far as a cactus is concerned, so I probably wouldn't do that. Get close, but not too close. But you could go round like so. Okay, and then, oh, let me bring a cupcake in. So if you wanted then to put it on a cupcake, you see that's quite fun. What I would suggest you do is mount it on some sugar paste.
Bit of kitchen roll noodle.
Yeah, so we don't set fire to everything. Let's get rid of these bits. Okay. Trying to look relatively organised on screen. Right. It's got a bit of green on here, but it doesn't matter. So you can, I would suggest you mount it onto a little bit of sugar paste to stop the buttercream absorbing the paper. It's not a good plan. So peel back the backing, get rid of that bit. Take hold of some water. Make sure it's not too much on there. And just put a little bit down. Pop that on like so. Make sure you don't get any water on it. And then just take a sharp knife and just go round your shape that you cut out. Make sure it's not stuck to the table, actually. That's a good thing to check as well. There we go.
Or you could just make it into a disc.
Or you could make it,
round cutter.
yeah, you could make it into a disc if you wanted to do that. Okay, so you've got now it's mounted on the sugar paste, you see, so then you won't have any problems with it sticking. I'll tell you what we could do, we could put it on with the green.
Yeah.
Should we do that? Well, we've got the green on the go. Okay, so let's put some on here. So we'll put some more green buttercream in here that we used for the sports balls earlier. Perhaps we'll put that on with the cactus and see what happens. It might stand out, it might not.
I think it would look nice.
I'll just get the air out of this.
Just swirl it or something.
Just swirl it.
I think so.
Just swirl it like that. Just do some little rosettes on here maybe, and then pop it on top. Just want to cover everything. Yeah? So we're just using Wilton 18. Just do some little swirls. We'll cover the whole thing so you can't see the cake. There you go, like so. And then we can take our little chap, lady. She's a lady, she's got eyebrows, hasn't she? Pop her eyelashes, and we can put...
Oh yes, men don't have eyebrows.
And then we can put her on like that. So they are cupcake size as well. Some a little bit bigger than others, but I think you can safely say that they go nicely across both of these. So they are fun. So they've got the cactus ones here. So let me show you what I'm saying. Is that we also think you can cut these out and put them around the side of a cake as well. So I think there's quite a lot of use to come out of that one. And we're going to do some more on it as the weeks go on. We've got other ideas with this, but again, we've just literally launched it this week, so you can have a look at that. And we will take photos of these so you can have a little look. Let's move that back. And then the cherries one. Now this cherry pattern is quite big, but the reason I wanted it to be quite big, because when we tried to sort of match it all up, it was just way too it was too difficult. It just didn't look quite right. What do I do with that coffee? There it is. So you could pick out some cherries to put in onto your cookie. So what you would do here is you would line it up so that you get them in the position that you want them to be in. So let's have a little look and see where we want these to be. Now what I'm trying to do, oh, I'm off camera a little bit, hold on, let me move over a bit. I don't particularly want the pattern up this section here, so I'm lining it up with across here like that. So that's going to be the view of what I've got in my cookie. So I'm going to hold it like that. I'm going to take hold of a black edible pen, which again, they're on the shopping channel as well, on Let's Shop. So if you need a black pen, we've got them. And we'll come across like that. And then we'll go round. I've used the thicker end, which is a bit of a pain, but never mind. Take it off and then go back to your scissors again. Like so, and then just cut straight down. Like that, and we'll go across that way. Trying to make sure I don't drop it on that cupcake. And then back up here. Oh, like so. Move that out of the way for a second, and then cut across here. Like that. Bring that in, get your water. Just paint that lower half of this cookie cutter, and then just take it, peel it back like so. Make sure you do that, otherwise it's not going to stick and it won't taste very nice. And then just pop that on there like so. Again, you can trim to fit if you want to, but there you go. Then you've got a nice little pattern on there. That is so cute. Can you see it, Kelly?
Yeah. Why don't you cut out some? You could cut the cherry.
I am going to. That's what the other one's for.
Oh, sorry.
We have the same thought processes, don't worry. And then if you wanted to cut out some on their own, so if you just wanted a set of cherries on their own, again, you can go back to the sheet and take hold of your scissors. I'm just going to cut this one out in the middle. I'm just going to go round it very randomly. It's just easier to cut it when it's not on the sheet. And then what we'll do is I'm going to actually leave a bit more of a gap on this one. We'll just come in there, round, something like that. Just trim up this side a little bit. So again, you can use that as an individual one as well. We'll just trim it back a little bit more. get it in a bit tighter, just to make sure it fits. These are quite big, but they're quite fun, I think. I think these would be nice stuck on a cake on their own. Do you think, Ellie?
Yeah.
And also cupcake size, again, you can do them on cupcakes. So peel that back. Take hold of, let's put it in about up there somewhere. Again, just take your water, make sure it's not too much water, and then just stick it on there like that. I quite like it nice and plain. Do you like it plain, Kelly? And then when you're sticking it down, just make sure your finger doesn't go on any of the water that's there, because water and this will just rip the whole lot off. You'll find that the paint will just come off straight away. So there you go, you've got a nice little selection there of different things that you can do with this. And again, you can put it onto cupcakes. So the fun food one that we had last week, you can cut out little bits of this as well and put them onto the cupcakes in the same way that we did the cactus one there. So you can use this sheet in the same way. So we did the cookies with this last week, and also again you can do cupcakes on there as well. There we go. Right, I need to consult my list because there's so much going on that I forget half the time. Let me bring these down so you can have a little look at those. There we go. Like so, move that out of the way. Right, okay. Grab my list. See where we've got to. Right, here we go. Okay, so I think we've near enough covered everything today. So I'm just going to quickly run back through what we did in case you joined us later on. You can always go back and watch this. So if you missed the start and you want to go back and watch it, I usually put it on YouTube around about 1:30, 2 o'clock. It uploads while we're having our dinner or lunch, and then you can watch it back on there, but you can also watch it back on here as well. So coming up on Monday, very importantly, Kelly's colour theory class. That is the next class that we've got coming up. It is on Monday this week at 6:30 until 8 o'clock. So if you do want to watch Sugar and Crumbs and you want to go on to there, you are able to do that. So we will start at 6:30. We'll probably go live about 6:15 to get everybody on, and then Kelly will be going through colour theory. There will be some downloadable sheets that you can use and paint along, but I suggest that you watch it, and then if you want to do any painting or drawing or whatever it is at a later date, then you can do that. Colour theory itself is very transferable across everything, so that's not just sugar paste, cake painting, acrylics, any other paint of any description. So whatever Kelly is teaching you, you will be able to apply it to other things. So it's not just specifically for cake painting or sugar paste, it's going to be about colour. So it's about the whole thing across the board, and we'll run the class, and then as we get towards the end, then I will help Kelly with some questions as well, in terms of things that you can ask. So we're going to let Kelly run the class, then we can ask some questions. We'll leave a bit of time at the end for questions, but you can always put questions on there now. So if you have already joined Kelly's class, over on the Facebook page you'll see people are now starting to add questions. So if you have a question about a particular colour, then please go ahead and write that question on there so that Kelly is prepared to be able to answer that question on Monday evening, because we've got an hour and a half to get through everything and make sure that at the end of it that you fully understand everything that there is to do with colour theory, including me. The unicorn class is on offer this week. That is the one that's up for £5, so do please pop over and have a look at that one. Then we've got the handbag classes. Again, they've all just gone to offer as well. So we have individual handbag cake classes that are now available. There are 5 of them. They are available individually. So there is an anemone, there is a magnolia, there is red and white flowers, there is peony, and one other, which tropical leaf. That's the one I forgot before. So these are painting classes that include a carry kit, which is the Dawn Butler carry kit that you can lift your handbag up, and it includes a lesson on how to build your cake, and it includes a lesson on how to paint your cake with some flowers. So there's a lot of course material there for £27.99, and that includes your kit as well. So it is quite a good offer, and it will be on there for a period of time, but have a little look. And that will be on there, and I'll talk a bit more about that next week. We've got the new products that came out this week, which is the Masonite boards. That's the lovely marble board. We have also got Kelly's cookie recipe sheet, so don't forget about that. So people have been asking me repeatedly for this recipe. We're now selling it, but we are selling it at the price that we paid to get them printed, so that's why we're selling them. We've got new molds, Hawaiian shirt, tie, garden tools and tools, sports balls as well, and golf balls. So we've got quite a lot of that kind of thing there. We're gearing up for Father's Day, gearing up for anybody that's trying to do lots of sort of mail cakes, because it can be quite tricky sometimes to think of ideas. So we're trying really hard to kind of incorporate that kind of thing for you at this time, including the Father's Day discs as well, which you can use. There's also one called Super Dad, which is really nice as well. So have a look at that one, because again, they fit very nicely. If you're doing like a box of cupcakes, that fits very nicely onto it. So if you've got your sports ball maybe, and then your Happy Father's Day and something else, there's things you can do. If you're offering treat boxes or cupcake boxes to customers, then that's something to do. But get organised. Don't leave it till the last minute. Please don't come to me the week before Father's Day and say, you know, that mould you had, because we won't have it by then. If you see anything that you want to get in terms of decorating for Father's Day or anything like that, please do it as soon as possible, because stock levels are all over the place. And actually, one other thing I forgot to mention, which has just crossed my mind, the Sugarcraft gun, which we've had on here for a long period of time, was unavailable for a long period of time. It is now back in stock, and all because a tiny little part of it comes from abroad and has been stuck. But we are expecting a big delivery of them on Monday. So the Sugarcraft gun, which I have shown so many times on the shopping channel how to use, will now be back in stock, and you can place your orders. We're expecting them on Monday, and they're still on offer. So if you want to pick up a Sugarcraft gun, and they do grass, hair, rope, they're brilliant things. I've used them for years and years. They're fantastic piece of equipment. Sugar paste, chocolate paste, but just make sure with sugar paste that you add some Trex to it, otherwise you'll break the mechanism. But again, there's lots of videos on that, and again, we'll look at doing a Facebook Live on that so you can understand how that works. Then we had all our new sheets, which included the cherry one, and then the cactus one, or cacti, the lovely dinosaur, the large dinosaur, and also the dinosaur little cupcake toppers as well, and the ballet dancers. So we've had loads this week, because we have actually finally got the edible printers working after a very bumpy ride for a couple of weeks where we were unable to get printers. I cannot describe it as anything else, because there were none in the country. So it's been extremely difficult, but we have managed to get through it all now, and we're back up and running again. So we've had a whole new load of cake toppers. We've almost had like 2 weeks worth in one today, so that's why there's suddenly been a whole rush of them. Don't forget the cookie cutter as well, this amazing little cookie cutter for travel cookie cutters, travel coffee cookie cutters. It's a mouthful.
Have tea in it, you know.
I could have tea in it. If it was me, it would be tea in it, because I don't like coffee. And also the cupcake ones as well. We've got more stock coming in on Monday for those, because again, we sold out completely. They were extremely popular. If you place more than one order over the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday, we will combine the postage. That does not include the classes. Now remember, with classes, if you want to book any classes, you have to go to a different website. You have to go to tracymancakeschool.co.uk. so if you're interested in the handbag classes, or Kelly's colour theory class, or the unicorn class, or any other classes, you need to go to the school website to get there, and that's then you make all your purchases on that site, and then go back to the other site to buy your products. So classes are on one site, and then products are on the other side. Okay, so just make sure that's really, really clear, but I will repeat that later on anyway. Right, okay, so we're nearly done. Thank you very much for all joining us on what can only be described as a wet and horrible day out there. It's not very nice at all, and Kelly and I, we would class this as a craft day, wouldn't we, Kelly? So this is a perfect opportunity to stay inside and do some crafts or some baking, and not feel guilty about it. That's what we always say, isn't it? We go, oh no, it's hot outside, we're gonna have to go outside. We'd much rather stay indoors and make cupcake bouquets and bits and pieces. So way more fun. So the shop is open now. Let's shop cakelive.co.uk. It will be open all weekend. You'll see some reminders going up. Everything I've made today, I will take photographs of and put up onto the site as well, so you can have a closer look. Don't zoom in too much on my cake painting, because obviously I have to do it live and in a bit of a rush. And remember also as well, going back to the patchwork cutters, have a look on YouTube. There is a huge amount of course content or course material going up onto YouTube all the time, so please subscribe, because you're going to miss out every week now. There's 2 or 3 tutorials going up of all the things that I've been doing on Sugar and Crumbs or any other live that we do at any point. So, and including Let's Shop as well, which will be going up shortly. So thank you very much for joining us this morning. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much also to everybody that has bought a ticket for Kelly's class.
Yeah, thank you.
She's very nervous, but
I am nervous,
she's
but
going to
I'm very
be
grateful
fine.
and I'm excited.
She's going to be fine. So I'm going to be here prodding her and making sure she's okay. She'll be fine. Yeah, be gentle with her. She's going to be all right, aren't you, darling? So yeah, we will be back Monday at 6:30 on Kelly's Facebook group. So remember, that is a ticketed event, so it's $7.50. If you do want one, you have to go to the Tracy Mann Cake School to find one. There we go. So back over to there to buy a ticket for Kelly's colour theory class. If you can't watch it live, you can go back and watch it another time. Likewise, you can watch it over and over again. I think you've got a whole fan base, Kelly, on Monday. It's very busy, actually. There's quite a lot of people on that group. So.
Oh, how terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry, she'll be fine. Yeah, they don't bite, you'll be all right. Okay, so have a nice weekend, everyone. As I say, if you've just joined us, go back and watch it, enjoy, and we will see you next Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning. So take care, see you soon, bye.